previously on Water Your Soil. Card come into play because the card, in my opinion, is by far the best card when it comes to food and groceries and everyday living. And I call it everyday living because food is one thing that people need in order to survive, you know? So just think about it from this standpoint. Let's say 2018, you went to the grocery store and you may have spent $30 for something, right? And if you go to the grocery store and get those same items today, you may end up spending 90 or maybe. Hey, what's going on out there? I'd like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So in this video, I want to have a serious talk with you all in regards to credit cards. I've been noticing a few things, whether it be on YouTube, in different credit card spaces, on other social media such as TikTok and Instagram. I even get a lot of questions in regards to this. And I want to talk to you all strictly about credit cards and how they're a subjective thing. I know some of you may depend on us content creators here on YouTube and in other places to help you decide which card you want to get as your next credit card. But I'm going to walk you through some things in this video as to why ultimately you are the one who should be responsible for deciding what type of credit cards you really want and which type of credit card you should have. So basically, I'm kind of hanging up my jersey from the sneaker culture, the sneaker world. I used to be into sneakers, basically like retro Jordans, Nike Air Max, things like that. And when it came to certain sneakers, there were always certain sneakers that people would have as a quote-unquote grill. So a grill would basically be a sneaker that you always wanted to get your hand on, a sneaker that you think of in high regards. Just about everyone in the sneaker culture has a grill. And I wish that type of mentality transferred over into the credit card world because it's not like that for a lot of people. Some people, they get into credit cards and they only get credit cards based on whether or not someone is hyping up the credit card on YouTube or TikTok or on a blog or something like that. And in reality, these credit cards should come down to your lifestyle and your present and future plans in regards to your lifestyle. Now, the future for the most part is unpredictable. It's really hard to predict, but you can forecast it. You are allowed to forecast your future. If I were to ask you where you desire to be 5 years from now, majority of you will be able to provide an answer as to where you desire to be. And the same thing should be able to be done with credit cards. What I see from people a lot of times is they desire to get a certain type of credit card, but then they won't get it because their favorite content creator or someone else doesn't recommend the card, or it's not a card that's popular. Like for me, I like the Amex Gold card, and that's a talked about card right now. Everyone talks about the Amex Gold, usually in high regards because you could get a lot out of it. But I also have a credit card that a lot of people don't talk about, but it does a lot for me, and that's a Bank of America rewards card. Now, it's not a popular card, as I stated. It's not a card that is hyped up, such as your Chase cards or American Express and cards like that. But I still get a lot out of it, and it still helps my credit score, and I still get rewards back from having it. And on top of that, it also helps with continuing on my credit age because it's one of my older accounts. So it does more good for me than bad. Actually, it doesn't do much bad at all. But that's just an example of a card that's not popular, not talked about in high regards, and not talked about often, but it works wonders for me on an individual basis. And I'm sure a lot of other content creators have at least one card that they could say the same about. So my advice to you out there who are watching and you're considering getting a credit card that may not be popular, but you're considering getting it, my advice to you is if you feel like the card can benefit you right now and in the future, and the card comes off as favorable to you, not to content creators, not to people on TikTok, not to people on Instagram or in these threads and forums, but if you're a fan of the card yourself, if you feel positive about it, then you probably should get it. Ultimately, I can't tell you what to do. It's your decision. But if it was up to me and I felt that way about a card, I would get it. I wouldn't hesitate on it Going back to the sneaker thing and being in the sneaker culture, which I'm currently exiting, but being in the sneaker culture, if you like something in the sneaker culture, you're going to get it, no matter who likes it. Of course, there are hype beasts, and in the sneaker culture, hype beasts are really looked down on. You know, it used to be a thing back when I was younger, being a hype beast was cool, but as of late, hype beasts get looked down on. And that's what you want to have when it comes to credit cards. You want to have some individuality. You know what your needs are in regards to these credit cards. You know what your current lifestyle is. Your lifestyle may not be the same lifestyle as content creator A or content creator B. Maybe they travel more than you. Maybe you're someone that doesn't travel. Maybe you travel more than they do, and they just have an everyday life where they'll get the most out of a card like the Amex Gold or Chase Freedom card. Maybe you need a card like the Amex Platinum or a Capital One Venture X. It all depends, and that's my point and my message to you. Do not go out and get a credit card just because a content creator told you to get a credit card. Use your own discretion in regards to these credit cards. I will tell you to do enough research on the credit card, measure the pros and cons. That's a good reason to listen to us content creators. That way you know about the pros and the cons and how these credit cards have benefited the specific content creator. But ultimately, after you weigh the pros and the cons, please go on your own opinion and decide based on your own opinion. Don't decide based on our opinion. I know that's hard for some people to do, and it's the natural thing to do, but ultimately, you're the one who has to live with these credit cards, and they go on your credit report. I oftentimes see people go out and they get credit cards based on the hype, and then they want to cancel the card within a year or two, or they want to cancel it after they get their welcome bonus. And I'm like, what was the purpose of that? But as I stated, this credit card thing is subjective. We are real people. We have real lives. What someone decides to do with their credit card is their business. Would I cancel my credit card after a year or two or whenever? No, I'm not into that. But I understand why some people do it. I don't think it's a good idea, but I understand why some people do it. But a lot of it comes from a card being hyped up, people hopping on to that hype, and then after the hype dies down, they're like, hey, this card really can't do much for me, so let me go ahead and cancel the card. And individuality is important when it comes to credit cards. I know it may not seem like it. I know everything may seem cliquish and, oh, you should get this card and this card and that card. Hey, you want to hop on this card? This is the end card now. This is the popular card. What you want to do is go with the card that's going to benefit you right now and years down the line. And you can have it years down the line, helping out your credit age for your credit score and benefit from it as well down the line. That's what you want to do. So whichever card that is, no matter if it's popular, no matter if it's from your bank, no matter which card it is, if the benefits and the pros outweigh the cons and you're comfortable with having it, then maybe you should consider it. But don't just go and get credit cards just because people on YouTube told you to. You don't know what type of lifestyle we live. You don't know whether or not the cards fit our lifestyle. And you also don't know whether or not there's an incentive behind promoting some of these cards. You don't know that. I don't know it either, so I'm not going to assume. But you don't know that. So it's the best advice to use your own discretion and decide on which credit card you want, no matter how uncool it is. Go with what you desire. And that's my advice to all of you, whether you're new to credit cards, you've been doing it for a while, or whatever it may be. Select the cards that benefit you. Your cards don't have to match up to your favorite content creator cards. It doesn't. Select the ones that you get the most out of and that fit your lifestyle the most and will benefit you the most in the future. But anyways, if you're new here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video. Also, this goes to every single one of you watching. Be sure to hit the like button. That's your way of showing support for this video. That helps the algorithm circulate this video. I appreciate every single one of you for taking out the time to watch me. I know it sounds cliche, but I mean this because you could be anywhere. YouTube is a big space. You could watch any other video, but you take out the time to watch my videos, and I appreciate it. I don't care if it's 100 people, 300, 1,000, whatever it may be. If you're laying eyes on this video and on my channel, I appreciate you for coming by because you don't have to. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. Wait. Before you leave, be sure to check out the description box below. That way you can have all the credit resources from Water Your Soil. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button as well, all right? In the description box below, I always tell people, check out the description box below for extra resources from Water Your Soil. Part of the description box also showcases my book that I have. I have a book. It's been out for a while now. It's been out for years. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. The book is available. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes & Noble. Most online bookstores have the book. And the book is basically about how FICO credit scoring works. Once you understand how FICO credit scoring works, you're pretty much on your way to helping yourself build, develop, and maintain a good credit score. So check the book out whenever you get a chance.